Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Brent Gove, and I'm excited to be here to tell you about EXP. I was 12 years at RE/MAX, 8 years at Keller Williams, and the last 3 years I've been at EXP. So I've been doing this 23 years. I started when I was 30 in real estate. Little quick math, you know, I'm 53 years old. And basically my story is this. I did really well at RE/MAX, loved it, one of their top agents in California. And Keller Williams started recruiting me in 2000. By 2009, in the middle of the market crash, I figured, what have I got to lose? Let's go see if this Keller Williams is all they're cracked up to be. Went there, loved it. Had a great experience for me for 8 years. Got to the point where I was going to stay there forever. One day the phone rings, and it's a friend of mine from Dallas, Texas, Sheila Fairgeron. She said, hey, I'm dying to know, have you heard about this new model called EXP Realty? No, not really. And she says, well, man, I sure would appreciate your opinion on the model. I'd really love to know what you thought. She didn't ask me to leave Keller Williams. She just asked me to evaluate a business model for real estate. I go, sure. I did know one thing, that I absolutely would not be interested. What could possibly even hold a candle to Keller Williams? So I sat down and watched what I'm about to show you. And about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes later, I was just blown away. I was in shock. Never seen anything like it in my 20 years in real estate. To the point where 2 weeks later, I moved my $100 million real estate sales team away from Keller Williams into EXP. Now keep in mind, I'd moved one time in 20 years prior to this. It took 9 years for me to make that move. Moving is not something I did, but what I saw in the EXP model was so compelling. It was so radically different. There's 4 pillars for EXP. Number 1 is leads. Number 2 is training and education. Number 3 is ownership. Our agents actually own the broker, the company, not just the franchise, the whole company. They're shareholders in the company. And number 4, we share revenues because our agents are owners. They actually share in the revenues of a massive company that's on the NASDAQ valued at over $500 million. They share in the revenues. Pretty different. In the past 100 years, it was whoever owned the Century 21 franchise, the Sotheby's franchise, the RE/MAX franchise, the Keller Williams franchise, the Coldwell Bank. The world was ruled by the franchise owners. Not anymore. It's changing. At EXP, we have stock awards to make you a shareholder. Rising tide rises all ships. Here's how it works. When you close your first transaction at EXP, you get stock. When you cap at EXP, you get stock. When you refer a friend to EXP and they join and they close their first sale, you get stock. We have an Icon Award. If you sell about 30 homes or more, typically, you can get $16,000 stock award. I got that 3 years ago, and the stock tripled, almost quadrupled. When I can cash it in April, this 3-year vesting, it'll probably be worth about $70,000. And then we have the Agent Equity Program, where you can take 5% of your closings, and you're able to purchase our stock, which now trades on the NASDAQ. We're no longer a penny stock, and get 10% off what everyone else pays on the street, which means you made 10% of your money the day you bought it. Tell me about the Agent Equity Program that Coldwell Banker has, that Century 21 has, that Christie's has. There is no Agent Equity Program. Dave Lineker owns it all. He's a billionaire. Gary Keller, they're always very proud of. We at Keller Williams, debt-free, privately owned. Yeah, he owns it all. He's a billionaire. The 4th pillar is revenue sharing. What is revenue sharing? The most exciting thing to ever hit real estate. Companies, even if they had a heart to do it, couldn't, because they were too busy paying for all their overhead. My old office had 28 employees. It had multiple copiers all over the business. They break down. You have to have a copier service contract. And then we had coffee. You run out of coffee, the agent's cool with that? No, we need more coffee, And so we had a coffee contract. I can't even tell you the amount of overhead, okay? And so check this out. Because we don't have it, we're able to share revenues back to you. The value is in referring the agent. So watch this. If you refer one person to EXP, that top line, tier 1, you get $2,800. EXP takes a $16,000 cap. That's our cap. It's $16,000 a year. What'd you pay your broker last year? So here at EXP, we bring in 16, and we have none of the overheads I've mentioned, other than we do have staff in the cloud. The cloud, there's no lease on the cloud. We own the cloud. We don't have to heat and cool the cloud. We don't have to janitorial service in the cloud. We don't have to provide coffee in the cloud. I digress. But if you refer one person, EXP pays you $2,800 of the 16th. They peel off bite-sized rewards, 28, 32, 2. And the more people you tell, to get to tier 2, you have to refer 5 people on the right-hand column. To get to tier 3, you refer 10. And it grows in increments of 5 all the way to tier 6, where you've referred 25. It's called compensation for contribution. If you contribute 25 agents to your company, what will your company pay you? I never thought about that. Maybe I should be compensated for that. EXP is going to compensate you. Had someone ask me, well, can I do more than one? What if I told 10? Yeah. He goes, so I get $2,800 a person times 10? I go, yeah, that's $28,000. He goes, wow. And I go, now, he goes, I'm going to do this. I said, well, that's not the best part. If those 10 stay next year and recreate the revenue next year, they pay you again. He goes, really? So I get 28 times, I get $56,000 for referring 10 agents? Yes, but that's not the best part. If they stay the third year, they pay you again. He's like, what? I go, yeah, it's revenue sharing. He's, when does it stop? I said, never. It's written into our charter. What do I get paid today for the 40 agents I referred to EXP for a better future? To be able to retire with dignity or at least have a shot at it? A tremendous income. Like, beyond my wildest dreams, and we'll get into a little bit of that. So, he goes, so if they stay for a decade, all 10, I get $28,000 a year for 10 years. That's like a $280,000. I go, yeah, like $250,000. We're telling 10? Yes, that's how it works. But we have a 5-year plan. Every agent they tell, you get $3,200. You actually get paid more to help them tell somebody. EXP pays you more if you'll take your eyes off yourself and help somebody else. Interesting. And then everyone they tell, 2, 12, this is how Keller Williams has operated for 25 years. They do profit sharing for 7 generations. It's a beautiful model. And so we copied it. Now watch this. As it grows over the years, 8 months later, I got to 40. At unlocked tier 7, I had 10 capping agents on tier 7. A capping agent is someone who pays in $16,000 the company. 10 agents at 4,000 agents is $40,000 a year. I unlocked $40,000 a year of income because I referred 40 plus agents. But not everybody's going to cap. I want to cover this. What's it take to cap? Typically 8 to 10 sales. Do we know agents who sell 4? Yes, that'd be a half a cap, 4 or 5. That'd be half a cap. So you get half. You get 1,400, you get 1,600, you get 1,000. Half a cap, half the payout. They don't have to cap to get paid. This grows and grows and grows as the years go by. It is amazing. One thing that I am beyond excited about is the new 50-50 initiative that our founder, Glenn Sanford, put in place. He committed to giving us half of all the revenues of EXP forever. So in other words, if $100 million comes into the company, $50 million goes out to the agents of revenue share. Not profit share, it's $50 million. $250 million, $125 million. $500 million, $250 million. $250 million back to the agents who helped build the company. It's one team, one dream. It's one big fire. We own it with our owner. I did not own RE/MAX with Dave Liniger. Even though I was the star agent in California selling hundreds of homes every year. I didn't own Keller Williams with Gary Keller. He's a great man. They're a great company. I left the company I love because I didn't want to be a renter anymore. Now here's the cool part. EXP is bringing on ancillary services like moving services. You ever refer a mover? How about a pest company, Terminix Clark's? How about satellite or security? How about a home warranty? How about all the other companies that we refer all the time? Now they're going to go, oh my gosh, we made $40 million in profits from ancillary services. We're going to give $20 million back to the agents. We made $100 million in ancillary. You get 100,000 agents, you can make $100 million in ancillary services. We have $50 million back to the agents, and they're going to add it to this side of the equation. I'm telling you, I could not be more excited about this. You're actually going to get to the point, I believe, where all of our agents are making far more than what you see on this board. That's the power of this 50-50 initiative. I could not be more excited. One team, one dream. When I was at RE/MAX, if I helped a guy in Orlando, Florida kill it, it meant nothing to me financially. At EXP, if you're in Orlando and you kill it, I benefit totally because we own the company together. This is different. I was proud of my fellow RE/MAX agent who did well in Orlando or New York or Denver, but it didn't mean anything to me financially. Now it means something to all of us. We all benefit. We're now being called the Amazon of real estate. I like it. We also have a wonderful summary sheet here. Our split is an 80-20. It's a very generous split. It's not the highest, it's not the lowest. It's very competitive. Everybody's on an 80-20, everybody. The cap is 16. Once you pay in 16, you go to a 100% commission split. And then once you're at 100%, then every sale thereafter is just a $250 transaction fee. that doesn't kick into your cap. If you haven't capped, it's 80/20. There's no 250 transaction fee. Make sense? Once you do 20 transaction fees at 250, you actually win a $16,000 stock award. You actually earn your cap back in the form of stock. How much did you pay your broker 3 years ago? And how much will you get back this year? I know what I'm getting back. It's pretty cool. Startup costs, $149, one-time startup fee, you get 1,000 business cards, you get beautiful EXP brochures. Our tech fee is $50 a month. You get SkySlope, you get a Regis Corporate Suite membership, you get Breakthrough Broker, and you get KV Core, which is a lead generating website with a built-in CRM. Our university educational fee is $35 a month, a little over $1 a day to plug into those 5 to 10 to 13 classes a day. $25 broker review fee every day on every file. It's a nominal fee. Broker gets $25. Make sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed. We use SkySlope. It's the #1 system in America by all companies. E&O is $40 per sale, capped at $500 a year. You will not pay more than $500 a year. If you're an independent broker, you pay a lot more than $500 a year for E&O, right? Some of you pay $5,000, $10,000 a year, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a year. But here's the deal. At EXP, $500, you're done. If something goes crazy, you're not the broker of record for you independents. EXP is. It's a big deal to get that liability. You will sleep better at night. To take a deeper dive for EXP. Because listen to me. You think, I don't know it'll work. I didn't know if it'd work either. But I can promise you this. If you stay at your old brokerage, it's an independent brokerage, it's Coldwell Banker, it's RE/MAX, it's Sotheby's, it's Central, whatever it is, you stay there, I will find you in 5 years at your desk. I'm not kidding. I just did 23 years. I will find you in 10, 15 years at your desk or in Starbucks racing to meet a buyer, running to meet a seller to that listing presentation. Well, I have a team. You know, trying to get your agents not to quit or whatever it is if you have a team. I'm going to find you and you're going to be grinding 5, 10, 15 years from now because you never built anything. We're going to help you do this. We're going to roll up our sleeves. One big fire. We're working together. Check this company out. Best business decision I have ever made. I look forward to meeting you at one of the EXP events. Thanks for having me today.
Hi, this is Andy from BDJ Real Estate, brokered by EXP Realty. If you think EXP Realty is right for you, give me a call so we can talk about us sponsoring you into EXP Realty today.